Hello friends, welcome to the BPSC Junction. Let's start with the chapter number 4, that is industries. Have you ever given a thought to the fact that the notebook you use for writing has come to you after a long process of manufacturing? It has started its life as a part of tree. It was cut down and transported to the pulp mill. There the wood of the tree was processed and converted into wood pulp. The wood pulp was mixed with chemical and finally changed into paper by machines. This paper found its way to the press where ink made from chemicals was used to print the lines on the pages. The pages were then bound in the form of notebooks, packed and sent to the market for sale. Finally, it reached your hands. Secondary activity or manufacturing changed the raw material into product of more value to people. As you have seen, pulp was changed into paper and paper into a notebook. This represents two stages of the manufacturing process. The paper made from pulp and cloth made from cotton have had value added to them at each stage of the manufacturing process. In this way, the finished product has more value and utility than the raw material that it is made from. Industry refers to an economic activity that is concerned with production of goods, extraction of minerals, or the provision of services. Thus, we have an iron and steel industry, production of goods, coal mining industry, extraction of coal, and tourism industry, service provider. Classification of industries. Industries can be classified on the basis of raw material, size, and ownership. Raw material industry may be agro-based, mineral-based, marine-based, and forest-based industry on the type of raw material they use. Agro-based industry use plant and animals-based product as their raw material. Food processing, vegetable oil, cotton, textile, dairy product, and leather industry are examples of agro-based industries. Mineral-based industries are primary industry that use minerals or as their raw material. The product of this industry feed other industry. Iron made from iron ore is the product of mineral-based industry. This is used as a raw material for the manufacture of number of other products such as heavy machinery, building materials, and railway coaches. Marine-based industry use products from the sea and ocean as a raw material. Industries processing seafood for manufacturing fish oil are some of the examples. Forest-based industries utilize forest produce as a raw material. The industry associated with forests are pulp and paper and pharmaceuticals, furnitures, buildings. Size. It refers to the amount of capital invested, number of people employed, and the volume of production. Based on the size, industry can be classified into small scale and large scale industries. Cottage or household industries are a type of a small scale industry where the products are manufactured by hand and by the artisans. Basket weaving, potteries, and other handicraft are examples of cottage industry. Small scale industries use lesser amount of capital and technology as compared to large scale industry that produce large volume of products. Investment of capital is higher and the technology used is the superior in large scale industry. Silk weaving and food processing industry are a small scale industry. Production of automobile and heavy machinery are large scale industry. Ownership. Industry can be classified into private sector, state owned or public sector, joint sector, and cooperative sector. Private sector industries are owned by operated by individual or a group of individuals. Public sector industry are owned by and operated by governments such as Hindustan Aeronautics Limited and Steel Authority of India Limited. Joint sector industry are owned and operated by the state and individual or a group of individuals. Maruti Udyog Limited is an example of joint sector industry. Cooperative sector industries are owned and operated by the product producers or suppliers of raw material, workers, or both. Anand Milk Union Limited and Sudha Dairy are the success stories of cooperative venture. Factors affecting location of industry. The factors affecting the location of industries are the availability of raw material, land, water, labor, capital, power, capital, transport, and market. Industries are situated where some or all of these factors are easily available. Some the government provides incentive like subsidized power, lower transport cost, and other infrastructure so that the industry may be located in backward areas. Industrialization. Other often leads to development and growth of town and cities. Industrial system. An industrial system consists of input, process and output. The input are the raw material, labor and cost of land, transport, power and other infrastructure. The process include a wide range of activity that convert the raw material into finished product. The output are the end product and the income earned from it. In case of textile industry, the input may be the cotton, human labor, factory and transport cost. The process includes gaining, spinning, weaving, dyeing and printing. The output is the shirt you wear. Industrial regions. Industrial regions emerge when number of industries locate close to each other and share the benefit of other their closeness. Major industrial regions of the world are Eastern North America, Western and Central Europe, Eastern Asia. Major industrial regions tends to be located in the temperate area near seaports and especially near coal fields. India has several industrial regions like Mumbai, Pune cluster, Bangalore, Tamil Nadu region, Hooghly region, Ahmedabad, Baroda region, Chota Nagpur industrial belt, Visakhapatnam, Guntur belt, Gurgaon, Delhi, Meerut region and Kollam, Thiruvananthapuram industrial cluster. Industrial disaster. In industry, accident disaster mainly occur due to technical failure or irresponsible handling of hazardous materials. One of the worst industrial disasters of all time occurred in Bhopal on 3 December 1984 and around 12:30 am. It was a technological accident in which highly poisonous methyl isocyanate gas along with hydrogen cyanide and other reaction products leaked out of the pesticide factory of Union Carbide. The official death toll was 3,598 in 1989. Thousands who survive still suffer from one or many ailments like blindness, impaired immune systems, gastrointestinal disorders, etc. In another incident on 23rd December 2005, due to the gas well blowout in Gaogia, Chongqing, China, 243 people died, 9,000 were injured and 64,000 were evacuated. Many people died because they were unable to run after the explosion. Those who could not escape in time suffered burn in their eyes, skin and lungs from the gas. Risk reduction measures. Densely populated residential areas should be separated from far away from the industrial area. People staying in the vicinity of industries should be aware of the storage of toxins or hazardous substances and their possible effects in the case of if an accident occurs. Fire warning and fighting systems should be improved. Storage capacity of toxic substances should be limited. Pollution dispersion quality in the industry should be improved. Distribution of major industry. The world major industry are the iron and steel industry, the textile industry and the information technology industry. The iron and steel and textile industry are older industry while the information technology is an emerging industry. The countries in which iron and steel industry is located are Germany, USA, China, Japan and Russia. Textile industry is concentrated in India, Hong Kong, South Korea, Japan and Taiwan. The major hubs of information technology industry are the Silicon Valley of Central California and Bangalore region of India. Do you know emerging industries are also known as sunrise industry? These include information technology, wellness, hospitality and knowledge. Iron and steel industry. Like other industry, iron and steel industry too comprises of various inputs, process and outputs. This is a feeder industry whose products are used as a raw material for the other industry. The input for the industry include raw materials such as iron ore, coal and limestone along with the labor, capital, site and other infrastructure. The process of converting iron ore into steel involves many stages. The raw material is put into blast furnace where it undergoes smelting. It is then refined. The output obtained is steel which may be used by other industry as a raw material. Smelting. It is the process in which the metals are extracted from the ores by the heating beyond the melting point. Steel is tough and it can be easily be shaped, cut, or made into wire. Especially special alloys of steel can be made by adding a small amount of other metals such as aluminum, nickel, and copper. Alloys gives steel unusual hardness, toughness, and ability to resist rust. Steel is often called the backbone of modern industry. Almost everything we use, either made of iron or steel, or has been made with tools and machineries of these metals. Ships, trains, trucks, and autos are made largely of steel. Even the safety pins, and the needles used made from steel. Oils wells that are drilled with the steel machinery. Steel pipeline transport oil. Minerals are mined with large steel equipment. Farm machines are mostly steel. Large buildings have steel frameworks. Before 1800 AD, iron and steel industry was located where raw material, power supply, and running water were easily available. Later, the ideal location for industry was near coalfields and close to canal and railway. After 1950, iron and steel industry began to be located on large area of flat land near seaports. This is because by this time steel works had become very large and iron ore had to be imported from overseas. In India, iron and steel industry has developed taking advantage of raw material, cheap labor, transport, and market. All the important steel producing centers such as Vilai, Bokar, Durgapur, Burnpur, Jamshedpur, Raurkela, Bokaro are situated in the region that spreads over four states: West Bengal, Jharkhand, Odisha, Chhattisgarh. Bhadravati and Vijayanagar in Karnataka, Visakhapatnam in Andhra Pradesh, Salim in Tamil Nadu are the other important steel industry centers utilizing local resources. Jamshedpur. Before 1947, there was only one iron and steel plant in the country, Tata Iron and Steel Company Limited (TISCO). It was privately owned. After independence, the government took the initiative and set up several iron and steel plants. TISCO was started in 1907 at Sakchi near the confluence of the river of Subarnekha and Kharaki in Jharkhand. Later, the Sakchi was renamed was Jamshedpur. Geographically, Jamshedpur is the most conveniently situated iron and steel industry center in the country. Sakchi was chosen to set up the steel plant for several reasons. This place was only 32 km away from Kalimati station on the Bengal-Nagpur railway line. It was close to the iron ore, coal and manganese deposit as well as the Kolkata, which provided a large market. TISCO gets coal from Jharia coalfields and iron ore, limestone, dolomite and manganese from Odisha and Chhattisgarh. Kharkai and Subarnekha rivers ensure sufficient water supply. Government initiative provide adequate capital for later development. In Jamshedpur, several other industrial plants are set up after TISCO. They produce chemical, locomotive parts, agriculture equipment, machinery, tin plate, cable and wire. The development of iron and steel industry opened the door to rapid industrial development in India. Almost all sectors of Indian industry depend heavily on the iron and steel industry for the basic infrastructure. The Indian iron and steel industry consists of large integrated steel plant as well as mini steel mills. It also includes secondary producers, rolling mills and ancillary industries. Pittsburgh. It is an important steel city of the United States of America. The steel industry at Pittsburgh enjoys locational advantage. Some of the raw materials such as coal is available locally, while the iron ore comes from the iron mines in Minnesota, about 1500 km from the Pittsburgh. Between these mines and Pittsburgh is one of the world's best route for shipping ore cheaply. The famous Great Lakes Waterway train carry the ore from the Great Lakes to Pittsburgh area. The Ohio, the Monongahela and Allegheny rivers provides adequate water supply. Today, very few of the large steel mills are in Pittsburgh itself. They are located in the valleys of Monongahela and Allegheny rivers above Pittsburgh. Along the Ohio River below it, finished steel is transported to the market by both land and water route. The Pittsburgh area has many factories other than steel mills. These use steel as raw materials to make many different products such as railroad equipment, heavy machinery and rails. Do you know the names of Great Lakes are Superior, Huron, Ontario, Michigan, and Erie Lake Superior is the largest of these five lakes. It lies higher upstream than the others.